Hello. We are going to work on Gingerbread Dreams Junk Journal Folio. So what you're going to need, the 3 rings that come with it. These are 1.5 inches. Either double-sided tape, stick glue, or tacky glue, very minimally. You're going to need a hole punch, some ribbon, and then the extras would be the pop dot tapes, any kind of your little inks to give them vintage, or any other little things you want to personalize them with. So now I have cut all of my pieces ahead of time, so you don't have to wait for me to do that. On each page it's marked and it tells you what they are. So I'm gonna find the front. So this is your stencil, your marker, so don't throw it out, keep it. We're gonna do this all at the end. So I've got front page, back page, and we're gonna attach those. So make sure that you have trimmed all the way around so you can mark them or line them up. So we're gonna put both back sides together. I am gonna use some double-sided tape and some tacky glue. Let's see. I like to use dots so that way it doesn't wrinkle up the paper. And I like to use it minimal because I don't like it wrinkled. Okay, so now we're gonna flip this over, line it up on the bottom, and then we're gonna do the same with the other one. Right? Yep. I never remember which way I need to pull the tape. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I like to line it up at the bottom. It's just one more thing, one less thing to have to cut. Now we're going to cut this. I wasn't very careful cutting out the first time because I knew I was going to have to go back and cut it again. So keep that in mind when you do go to cut yours. Oh wait, these are my fabric scissors. Hold on, sorry. Those are for my ribbon. Okay, I'm gonna go finish cutting this and then we'll be back. Okay, so I've got my pages, and these are my signature pages. They have the tab on them. These, there's 2 tall, 2 medium, and 2 small. So here's where you can score them. And then you can either, hold on, I can't talk and do this at the same time. Glue them all together so that they touch, or you can leave the end open and then you have a little pocket. So that's a personal I'm not going to make any pockets. I have cut so many other pockets in this that I don't think I need any more. So right now we're just going to score them. I like to fold them and then use my scissors. I'll do the same thing. Sometimes just doing it on the edge of your table is good. So we're gonna fold these and then we're just gonna glue them together, or you just glue 3 sides if you want a pocket. So score these, glue them together, and then come back. Okay, all of our pages are glued together. So now here's kind of the fun part. So this was our first one. I noticed when I cut, I was not very good. I wasn't very even. So I can cut it, leave it, or this is where your inks come in. See, all of my not all of my pages line up. So I'm gonna trim them. I'm gonna use some ink. I'm gonna kind of personalize them right now before the whole book gets put together. So I'm gonna trim. That looks pretty good. Oh, this one. Let's trim that a little bit. I think I'm going to try some of the colored inks on this one. I've not used those yet. So we'll see how they turn out. It looks good. That looks good. Ooh, this one's really off. Ooh, that's really off. Okay. There we go. Now, we get our inks out. You don't have to use a little brush. You can use your finger, you can use the ink pad, you can do whatever you want. These two I've used already with the darker, the black. So I'm gonna try, I just wanna see what some of the reds and greens looks like. Bright pink, soft pink, orange. Here's the red. Okay, I want red and green. Let's try these and see what it looks like. So I'm just gonna get a little bit on here. I'm gonna try the green on the green. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty cute. I'm just gonna do it along the edges. We're gonna use the red. That's pretty cute. Kind of just softens it up. I'm also going to get the darker ones out because I do like that antique kind of feel. I'm going to do that walnut stain to the front and dim down a little bit of this white. A little more vintagey. I'll show you the difference with and without using the little sponge, because there is a difference. Okay, so that's the front, this is the back. So if I just took the ink pad, the way you tilt it is also the kind of look you're gonna get. It's hard to get in those little corners. And I'm not sure how long I have before it dries. Yeah, I can't even smear that around now. So to me, it's a night and day difference with the sponge pad, without. So those are the front and back. I'm gonna go through all my pages and get how I want them. If you don't wanna do any inks, skip on to the next section. I'll be right back. Okay, here's kind of where we're gonna lay it out and put it together. So that's the front. This is the back. Let me actually, so here's the tall ones, here's the medium, and here's the short. I want to interchange, so here's, so whatever you put here, let's see what the tall one is. Oh, we're gonna do this one. So I'm gonna put a medium and a small. And then another, this is inside. We're gonna do a small, a medium, and a tall, and then our back. So I am not gonna hole punch it yet, but this is where you would use your little template and you would hole punch. I want to add my elements, so I'm also punching through those as well. Now these signature pages, see the tab? The biggest tab goes in first. And then according to the size is where they go in next. So I'm gonna put these, I believe, here or on my back page. I think I'm gonna put those on this page. So I'm gonna score it. I like to fold it and then use my scoring tool, which is just the head of my scissors. Now I need to figure out what's next because these look very, very similar to me. Let's see, am I gonna do them on the inside or do them this way? You could do them this way, however you want. That's the beauty of these. So let's see. We're gonna do this one next. And that goes in there. And then the third and the fourth. Okay, so as they are, we're gonna glue them down. So our first one is the biggest. And then our next one, I'm using the tacky glue because while it's drying, I'm going to use some pressure on it and start working in the front of the book. Oopsie. Got a little off center, which is usually how my books turn out. And then our last one. Get right in there. Okay, so now we're going to flip to the front of the book. Now is the fun part. Our little pockets, our tags, more pockets. The possibilities are endless. We have our little pop dots. Let's see what all we have. A little Christmas. Here's another little page you can stick in there. In fact, I'll see if I got something to put on the back of that. That's pretty cute right there. I want to lay everything out first. That's cute. I like that. And this is also where you can hole punch your tags. I actually like to put two together so it's not white on the back. You could also leave it white so you can write things on it. So let's do one of these. So you can kind of see my thinking. And of course they're not, cut perfectly. So we just trim them, or you use the inks on the bottom. Okay, we're gonna hole punch and stick our ribbon in there. We want maybe a little bit of red. This is cute. I'm all tangled. This is what's left from last year. It's one of those scrap piece from Michael's. I love them. You get a bunch of different types of lace trimmings that you can use on so many different projects. And I just tie one little knot. And then the idea is these go in the little pockets. So you only want to glue 3 sides. That way the top is open. I've done this one the hard way. So I like how this is turning out. So we'll get this little pocket in. Got a little off. I'm going to try and line it up at the bottom. And then this one. Let's just use the glue stick. I just had shoulder surgery and that glue is getting harder to get to come out. So the stick glue works just great. So now on to our next 2 pages. Let's see. That's a little busy. This is an envelope. So you would score it. This is how it looks. This is what's going to go glued onto the back. So you would score the 4 sides. You can put a hole punch in it and tie it. You can glue the 3 sides down. That way you can stick something in there, but it's just a sweet little envelope. I don't really want that there, but you know how to use this one now. Little Velcro piece, that would be cute. These are pretty cute. Those need to go together. Here's a couple more little pockets. That might be cute there. Of course, I have to look at all of my options before I make up my mind. I think I'm going to use a pop dot, which is just like double-sided tape with a 3D in the middle. And we're going to put, where'd that candy cane go? Oh, this right here. That cute little candy cane. This one. I don't want mine completely on the edge, so that's why I'm spacing it where I'm spacing it. So then let's make here's another cute little tag. You can cut them and have 2, or glue them together, or leave the side open for a pocket. I don't want to, so I'm going to glue it all together. And cut a hole in it. And then, I don't know if I have any. I'll just do some of that baker's twine. That's pretty cute. Okay, so I'm going to go through each page and do mine. So you do the same and then come back. Okay, my book is all done. And I have a ton left over. So you can work these in, use them on a different project, make some holiday cards. You could cut out this front page and use it for something else. There's plenty of things to do with this little book. So now I have every page done. Oh, I didn't put a little tag in there. Let's make one up real quick. I want some red. So you have all of your glue done, all your pages done. So now we want to line them up. I'm going to just do 2 pages at a time because they will start getting so thick. What I'm most important, lining this side up, since that's where the holes are going to go. I think I'm going to try one more. We're going to try 3 pages together. Okay. Hole punch guide. We're going to put that down. I'm not going to move it. And this one, I can see where it lines up. Oops, that slid. Okay, it's too thick, so I'm gonna try 2 pages. We're gonna go back to 2 pages. And I'm not sure if it's different if I put this there, but so I'm always gonna remember for this time, I'm just gonna do it all with the letters facing me. Okay, now we're going to get the next 2 pages together. I'm going to get my ribbon out of the way. Come on. This really doesn't have to be this difficult. This is half on this page and then to this one, so that's a little trickier. We're gonna hold it down. There. There's those 2. Then our next 2, keep our ribbon out of it. Oops. I'll put those tags in when we're done, because I don't want holes through the tags, if I can help it. Okay, this is the last 2, it looks like. This one's kind of thick. So we punch our holes and then we get our rings. There we go. Now we put it all together. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom. That would make more sense since the shorter pages. Okay, there's one. Now we'll go through the second. You gotta make sure and get through everything. My glue isn't completely dry. When I'm done, I'm gonna set this whole thing under something heavy, just to give the time for glue to dry. And then there's our second. So if you don't like the silver that come with it, you can get colored on Amazon. They have white and gold. They have colors. And this is a 1.5. You could also get a 1 inch. But this allows you to add to it. You can add scrapbooking pages with all the rest of the little tags. Do some photo pages. Okay, let's get this closed and make sure I've got everything in there. There we go. So here is our little book. Let me put that back in there.